What's up, my Pisces, and welcome or welcome back to Cards for Hire. So, my Pisces, first off, I'm doing this at night. Normally, I do my readings in the middle of the day, okay? So, something about the nighttime could be very significant. I'm also picking up on the fact that you got some haters. I'm hearing. I keep it realer than real. Fuck all the critics and fuck how they feel. I'm getting money. It is what it is. So you could have a big focus surrounding your money. I'm also picking up on the fact that someone tried to leverage something over you, okay? Or use some type of situation as leverage. But I'm picking up on the fact that whatever they thought they had, either they lost it, like they lost the plot, or people that they were trying to, I just heard the word dispel. People could feel, the haters could feel as if you have people under a spell. So they were trying to dispel whatever perspective of you that is going around, which could be very, you could be highly respected, but it feels as if whatever they were trying to do or whatever leverage they thought they had kind of fell flat, okay? Because it had no merit, all right? People could tell that whatever they were trying to do or spread about you, whatever gossip is what I just heard, they were trying to spread about you, okay? That it was only to make themselves look better, and that really just turned people off. I also just saw poverty. So someone could feel, maybe someone could be saying that you are a greedy business owner, or someone could have thought that they would be able to benefit from your service without paying you properly. It's given, I don't have the money to pay you, but I have a really big following. Exposure don't pay, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the energy that I'm picking up on. But we're gonna tap into this. Good evening. How y'all doing? Somebody could be like a radio show host or something like that, or somebody could listen to the radio. Okay, all right. Into a podcast or something like that, a podcast specifically, maybe at night. All right. Yeah, either you or this person. If it was this person, then it feels like they could listen to like psychological podcasts that could possibly put them in positions of power. Okay, it's given 48 laws of power. All right. Yeah, someone's trying to utilize whatever they're learning to come out on top in some way, shape, or form. Okay. But let's get into this. Y'all know we gotta pray before we eat. Divine, I thank you in advance. As for clarity, protection, as well as progression and connection, I extend my gratitude and ask that my angels and guides protect me and mine on this vibe. Amen. Ooh, I almost dropped it. Yeah, I almost dropped my bell, okay? So somebody, it's like somebody, whatever it is that you possess, whether it is a trait or something like an item or something like that, okay, that is, what do I want to say, materialistic, all right? It's like they want you to drop it, okay? Or they lost all credibility when they tried to do this, all right? Okay, what's the message, Most High? I keep it realer than real. Intuitive Kev. If that's not a Piscean energy, I don't know what is. Now, a Leo and or a Capricorn could be significant because I was here in Capricorn before I started, and there's a Leo on his sleeve, okay? But intuitive Kev, I say it all the time. Pisces are considered the wisest sign. Why? Because they are the 12th sign, okay? And as you move through the zodiacs, the wiser you become, okay? That's why they say Sagittarius is Capricorn, Scorpio, or, okay, yeah, Scorpios, all right? The ones that are kind of on the edge, like the lingering zodiac signs at the end, those are the wisest. I'm not saying they're the only, I almost said psychics, they're the only intuitive ones, or they are the only wise ones, but a lot of times, whatever zodiac sign you are, the zodiac sign prior to, you've already conquered, okay? Someone could want to conquer you, okay? Love spell. Did I not say they're trying to dispel something, okay? It's like, nah, y'all ain't seeing this clearly. This could occur sometime around the full moon because this new full moon, the one coming up, will be in Pisces in your sign, okay? So yeah, something could be coming out or coming to an end. Yeah, all right. I just heard the word flourish, all right? And then look, moon is at the bottom of my card. Something that was hidden at first, all right? Someone could mistake you for being delusional, okay? And although sometimes, you know, Pisces can be delusional, it just depends on where they place their delusion. Because I have a Piscean aunt, and she said, I'm delusional to myself. Like, I don't project my delusion towards anyone else. Mature woman and obsession at the bottom. Interesting, okay? So this could be a family member. Ooh, Earth Angel. What they don't want to see is the fact that you are whatever you say you are. If I ain't, I will say I am, right? I keep it realer than real. Fuck all the critics and fuck how you feel. I'm getting money. It is what it is. Someone could envy what it is that you do for money, okay? Emotional pain. Either they want to see you, they could consider you a crybaby or something like that, okay? I know the water signs. That's a negative stereotype that you guys have. Emotional pain. But it feels like you may be putting them in emotional pain. It's like, why don't you believe me? Yeah, baby, they obsessed. I just split the deck. They're obsessed. Okay. Weirdos, head ass. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this. Intuitive Cav, yeah. The people that they were discussing you with could also be very intuitive. I said they were picking up on the fact that, nah, you just want that energy for yourself. You just want to redirect that energy towards yourself, and it's not going to work. Anybody that has innate power knows that they don't have to kick anybody to be on top. They just got to be, you know what I mean? Let me fix this. Yeah, heavy on adjusting. They're trying to adjust how they are seen now, okay? Interesting. All right, what's the situation? Thank you. Look, 9 of Pentacles. If it ain't about the money, don't be blowing me up. You could be ignoring people's calls or a person's call in particular. 8 of Swords, all right? Okay. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is something to do with work. This could be a coworker. You could run a business. You could be a part of a business. I just heard freeform. Somebody could have freeform locks or something like that, okay? Somebody could also be a part of something about a level up could be significant, but a startup company, all right? And then we have this white owl. Interesting. That's funny, because before I even decided to come on and finish out the zodiac sign readings, I heard Zazu's morning report. And so it kind of made me think about my rising reports that I started doing this week, okay? Yeah, and then it has a white owl. The card that I pulled for today's morning report had a white owl. Heavy on wisdom, man. Okay? Reassurance could be very significant, all right? This could be a message in order to reassure you, all right? One more for the situation. Thank you. Queen of Swords. Interesting. Wisdom. Intuition, okay? Whew. Excuse me, all right? Interesting. Excuse me? It's like you could have heard something and you're like, I know I ain't hear what the hell I just said. This could be from the horse's mouth, or this could be what someone came to you with, what you heard through the grapevine, all right? Yeah. Okay. What's my Pisces energy? 2 of Swords. Okay, so this 9 of Pentacles, you could be a little worried or indecisive, or even in your head about starting something new, okay, or about what it is that you're doing. If you are wondering if what it is that you're doing is going to be or bring you prosperity, if it's going to bring you into alignment with being more self-assured or self-reliant or independent, it feels as if you are on the right track, and this person doesn't want you to see that because you just might outdo them. Yeah. Intuitive Cat, and it falls right above the 2 of Swords, okay? Yes, Ace of Wands, and I kept saying that, all right? Yeah, keep doing what it is that you're doing, because this Ace of Wands, fire signs, all of the signs can definitely utilize their intuition, but when it comes to the Ace of Wands spirit, a lot of times fire is ignited through the spirit, okay? Yeah, there are essentially 5 elements. You got earth, you got air, you got water, you got fire, then you have ether, okay? Fire is right under ether, okay? Yeah. So whatever it is that you are doing, you are moving by way of your intuition. So it might not even make sense to you. That does not mean that you should stop, okay? If it feels good, you keep doing it. Seven of Swords, and then we got the Tower. Yeah, somebody's being sneaky around you, and you peep seen. And so it's like, now I gotta change how I fool with you, bro. Shit. I didn't want to have to do it to you. That's what it's feeling like. You could also realize that you have to be more strategic with whatever it is that you're doing, because people around you or this person around you wants to tear something down. They have no problem tearing down your reputation or trashing whatever it is that you are doing or bringing into the 3D. Nine of Swords. Yes. They want to see you down and out, okay? Yeah. Eight of Swords. Queen of Swords. That's 9 swords, all right? And this could be, you could be coming into clarity, all right? This person attacking you could be, you know, they say, if you ain't got haters, then you ain't doing shit, okay? So you got haters, what that mean? What it mean? Oh, okay. Okay. And I bet I had heard, I'm doing shit, because you are. Okay. All right. I was also getting something about speeding, okay, or race cars, all right? And I was hearing my baby's little voice, ready, set, go. We be racing around the house, all right? Yeah, something about a race, or someone's trying to beat you to a finish line, all right? But it feels like you started the race and you weren't even racing. You were just on your path, and they like, yeah, what you want to do? Okay, I'll beat you there. What? Advice? 9 of Cups. Did you see how it fell all the way over here? Whatever it is that you're doing will bring you into your wish fulfillment, even if you don't really know what that is, all right? Stay on the path, and the path will be revealed. Sometimes you just got to step on the track to let people know who you are. Somebody could be like a track and field athlete, or an athlete overall. An athlete, as my stepfather says. Somebody could be a Sagittarius in your energy, all right? I really feel like you're being moved up, because I keep feeling like I have to move these cards up, okay? You're being moved up or put in the spotlight, placed in the spotlight, and you didn't have to do much, which is why this person is pissed, irritated by your light, okay? King of Pentacles. Baby, 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. You do go through a couple cards to get to the 9 of Pentacles, but it feels like you may have jumped. You may have skipped the line in a way. And that's why they're mad too. Something about nepotism could be significant, all right? Knight of Pentacles, okay? Yes, plant the seeds and just keep going. Just keep growing, my Pisces. Yeah. 10 of Swords. There's definitely some level of betrayal here. You could have been betrayed by family, or you could have simply been betrayed by a friend, okay? A parent, a cousin, a sister, a brother, co-worker. Put it where it goes, all right? 9 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords, please. Queen of Cups. Continue to nurture whatever it is that you do. And you may very well, very much so be, or have implemented a lot of your creative energy, okay? You could have cried about this. You could have, I just heard the word remorse, okay? You could have some type of remorse for not starting earlier or something like that. But wherever it is, or whatever it is that you are doing, okay, you are meant to start right here, right now, all right? Don't be too quick to nitpick yourself. Show yourself some grace, okay? You're here now, baby. Dang it. Yeah, the World and Judgment. You ended something in the past, okay? And it led you to a final judgment, okay? Roll call is what I just heard, all right? You had to either figure out who best was fit to stand alongside you in this new cycle, okay? Yeah. Or you had to decide who to tell, who to voice this about, okay? Because it definitely feels like you could have come from a very low point in your life with this Judgment. And if you notice, she's coming out of a coffin, okay? Someone could have didn't expect you to be able to persevere through something. And not by yourself. At one point in time, you could have lacked support. People possibly didn't hear you out, listen to you, or believe you, okay? Believe that you had the wherewithal to push through. Believe that you had the wherewithal to make a plan, okay? It just feels like there's a lot of doubt here, and that could have trickled over into your cup, if that makes sense. Got by the Queen of Swords. People were trying to poison you with self-doubt because they are limited. Two of Swords, yeah. But it feels like now you're being able to see clearly who it was that was trying to bring in this confusion, okay? Because the Two of Swords is your energy. So yeah, someone also could have seen you clearly, more clearly than you were able to see yourself at one point in time, okay? Yeah, didn't I just say something about trickling into your cup? It came out of my mouth really weird, but I was like, hey, I'm just the vessel right now, okay? Yeah. Someone doesn't want to see you soar high. I was looking at intuitive Kev. Another person around you could be very intuitive as well, but they are mishandling their gift, okay? They're using it to, it feels like, stop someone else as opposed to benefit themselves, okay? If people paid attention to what it was that was on their plate, then they wouldn't have time to focus on yours. You feel what I'm saying? If you're in my business, who's watching yours? Okay? Kitana wins. Flawless victory. Ha 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 ha. Somebody, what is that, Mortal Kombat? Flawless victory. Whatever it is that you're doing is going to be a flawless success, okay? A flawless victory. I wouldn't be surprised if the Six of Wands came out. Yeah, Page of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. So whatever it is, okay, with this situation, you could have been enlightened by something or even inspired by whatever it was that you were holding on to for a certain amount of time, okay? And it feels as if you were like just kind of sitting in your solitude and growing more and more, honing your gift, okay? Honing your gift, or even growing stronger within your solidarity, okay? Within your solitude, all right? Yeah. Yeah, Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords right here again. The longer you sat in your mental confusion, it feels like you were able to not only realize why you were there, but also figure out a plan to get out of it, whether it's financial or simply attaining the willpower to get it, okay? Yeah. It feels like you were able to weasel your way out, all right? Weasel your way out of a mental entrapment that somebody else placed upon you, okay? Yeah. While they're trying to dispel you, they put a spell on you in some way, shape, or form. Two of Swords. And now it feels like they're projecting whatever they did to you, and they're blaming you for getting out of it. It feels like they are flipping the script, okay? Yeah. Yeah, Eight of Cups. You're walking away from this. Two of Swords. Whatever was confusing you at first, you realized that you had to walk away from it. You were possibly confused about who it was that you had to walk away from. And you could have even realized that it may be harder without people, but it's harder staying in this position that I'm in because I know that I deserve and I'm destined for better. Yeah. Five of Wands. Justice and the Ace of Swords. Yeah. You realize what would bring you more balance into the situation and even your life, okay? Somebody could like bracelets or bangles, all right? Yeah. Somebody could cosplay like anime and stuff like that. And then we got the Five of Wands, all right? So you realized who the competition was, even though it doesn't really feel like you were playing the game. You realize who was in competition with you, but fighting their own battles internally as well, okay? And I said competition like racing. A raging war? What the hell? Okay. Queen of Swords comes right back out. whole lot. 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Someone in your family could have been working together. 3 people could be very significant, okay? We got the King of Pentacles right here and the King of Pentacles right here. Could be a father, could be an earth sign. Put it where it goes. A masculine earth sign, okay? Somebody that could possibly hold some type of money and or support over your head, okay? In order to get you to do what it is that they want you to do, all right? As a form of control. Page of Pentacles right here, okay? Something about dwindling. 3 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. You could have kept your energy to yourself, or someone, this group of people could have kept something about you to themselves, okay? So like I said, if they saw a specific energy on you, then they didn't tell you, okay? It's almost like they were like, you're gonna have to work to benefit from whatever gifts that you may hold, okay? This is interesting. Yeah, that's weird. And so they kept you in confusion for as long as they could, but it's over with now. Look, the Magician. Yes. Something about the way that it is that you speak, mercurial energy could be very significant, but it feels like they manipulated your ignorance in a way, okay? Yeah. Yeah, 4 of Cups. They could have ignored your request for assistance, okay? Clarify this Ace of Wands. 5 of Swords, yes. You took some type of action, or you were spiritually led to take some type of action after someone made it abundantly clear that they were against you and not for you, that they only wished to win at all costs. Something about a win. What the hell is that, a win, okay? And I'm seeing Gabriella and Sharpay in High School Musical 2, when she was like, you're just mad because I won. And Gabriella was like, what's the prize, Troy? A sister could be upset about a boyfriend or something like that. I don't know why that's so specific, but, or a friend could be upset about a partner, or yeah, something like that could be very significant. Someone could be jealous of you. 5 of Swords is also, it also speaks about jealousy. It could be a mother that could have been jealous of you, all right? With this Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles is already out here. Someone could resonate with being their parent's favorite, okay? Where one parent may have showed favoritism over towards you or towards someone else. It feels like the other parent could have been a little jealous of that, or something like that could be very significant, okay? The Empress, that's a mothering energy as well, okay? Someone could be jealous of the possibility of whatever it is that you are nurturing, that you have the potential to nurture, okay? And you see how the stars, okay? Something about the stars being aligned, like now is your time to go ahead and take this action that you could have possibly been ruminating, okay? Or even in discussion with your ancestors and with the Most High about taking, all right? The Hermit. Isolation, again with the Wisdom, okay? A Virgo could be significant. Yeah. Someone could also be a little jealous about the type of energy that you bring. There's something about the way that the atmosphere changes when you are around. It's kind of like when she's around or when he's around, you act, someone else acts a different way, whether it's negative or positive. Someone's picking up on that, okay? Yeah, 2 of Wands and the 6 of Swords. And so it feels as if you could have been called to move away, all right? Physically could be very significant. Ace to the 2, all right? In order to expand, 3. You could have waited to take a specific action. Someone could have been building up their money or filling up. Okay, someone could be like filling up a piggy bank or filling up their car, all right? In order to go ahead and move away from this situation, all right? 7 of Swords and the Tower. This could also speak speak to your strategy. Eight of Swords, yeah. After some clarity was gained or obtained, all right, it feels like you got the go-ahead to go ahead and move along. I just saw the 8. The 8 is over here, and then the 6, and now the 7. So it's like you could have been bouncing between, should I do this, should I not do this? Then it was like, yeah, if I do, I got to be strategic. And then somebody could have came in and kind of lulled you back into your mental imprisonment, okay? Yeah. It's given, are you sure you can do that? Are you sure you have enough money for that? Are you sure you're strong enough? Are you sure you're smart enough to do that? And the more you thought about it, you're like, yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Look, hell yeah, hell yeah. Did I not just say the 3 of Wands? 3 of Wands. So you waited. Your ancestors could have been even like assisting you with the weight, okay? It's like, if you're gonna do this, you got to be confident that you're gonna do this. Don't be trying to move back and forth. You got to decide and then go ahead and take that action before the doubt trickles back in, okay? 9 of Cups, boop. 8 of Swords, boop, okay? Boo, boo, boo. You could have cursed somebody out, or somebody could be cussing someone out, all right? 2 of Pentacles, yeah, you were juggling. Should I stay or should I go? Do I have enough money? Have I saved up enough checks? Okay. Something is significant about you worried about signing, what did they say? Signing a check that your ass couldn't cash. This could be someone else as well, okay? Someone could have vowed to stop you, all right? But when they saw how fiercely you desired it or wanted to do this thing, they were like, let me back all the way up, okay? Yeah, 9 of Cups and 8 of Swords. It's also giving me the energy of someone standing in the doorway, all right? And until you showed how serious you were, they weren't going to move, okay? They weren't going to back down until you didn't back down, all right? 9 of Cups and the 8 of Swords, okay? It feels like someone would have been happy or pleased simply to see you stay in this confusion, okay? But with the 8 of Swords, traditionally, she is not trapped. The ropes aren't that tight, okay? She's still connected to the water in this deck, all right? Something about royalty could be very significant. You could have always felt as if you were royalty, okay? Maybe in a past life, all right? Or even just meant to live a luxurious life, okay? And you may not have come from that. And so because nobody else in the family have experienced this, it's like, where do you get off having these big ass dreams? But Pisces, you're the dreamers, okay? Yeah, 9 of Wands. Somebody was trying to block your way out. And the further along I get in this reading, the more calm I feel, okay? So it feels like once you not only decided what you wanted to do, the action you wanted to take, you became settled in like, yeah, that's what I want to do. It stopped becoming so frantic, all right? Someone could have expected you to be a mind reader in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Someone could have been upset with the fact that you weren't taking a specific hint as well. Okay, someone could have blamed you for your aloofness, okay? Someone wasn't very direct for some reason. Clarify the 9 of Cups. That's a whole lot. The Emperor, the Queen of Wands, and the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, you see this little bulb right there? It feels like someone was trying to harness and or control your power, And it left you in a state of, we got the eight of swords right here and the queen of swords right here. It left you confused until you weren't, okay? Something about like being locked up in a cage or feeling as if you couldn't spread your wings. Again with the bird. Again with the bird. But they don't realize that you were trapped with yourself, which means you possibly were able to hear the Most High even more clearly. That's a big ass fly. Oh my gosh, it's so big. Okay, I'm not about to fucking fight you. But they were definitely okay. I have not seen this motherfucker. I don't know where it came from. When I tell you I've been around the house, I've been cleaning it. I didn't see this big ass fly. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get his ass. Yeah, but they wanted to keep you in a small space so that they can monitor you. That's a fat ass motherfucker. What the hell you been eating? I got the power. And you do. And you do. So it feels like you could have healed yourself, okay? 4 of Cups to the 5 of Cups. Somebody was not listening, but they're going to listen. They're going to hear you when you're gone. They're going to feel your absence when you're gone. But that's another thing. People already know what it is. I'm not about to stop this reading. Don't you stop. I'm not about to stop this reading. You can fucking fight me, though. Bitch. Okay. King of Pentacles. They already knew your potential. They didn't want you to figure it out. The Sun. They didn't want you to figure it out, okay? They already realized that the clarity already came to them. They were trying to prevent it from coming to you, okay? Because it feels like with the 9 of Pentacles, you already had a substantial amount of self-reliance. You could have had to grow up a little early, all right? It feels like you were already self-reliant. You were already independent. You could be the oldest child, okay? The oldest cousin or something like that. King of Pentacles. Page of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So you received some type of message, okay? By way of your emotions, okay? It feels like you could have been highly sensitive to specific things, specific energies, all right? And that gave you the information that you needed, because remember, the Page of Pentacles came out before, okay? At first, you could have received this information and then you're like, okay, where do I put this? Where do I put this new money? Where do I put this new idea? Where do I put this new seed, okay? And then whatever it was you figured out, you realize that it needs to be placed into your skill so you can build upon it. Ace of Pentacles to the 8 is the 9 of Pentacles. You could have learned really early what it was that you had to do, okay, in order to survive, simply. Ace of Cups. The Page of Cups holds the Ace of Cups, all right? You're going to be really financially secure, okay, by the end of it all. Maybe even earlier, sooner than the end. Yeah. You could have even realized, I've been doing this shit by myself this long. What the hell you mean? Knight of Pentacles. Somebody wanted to devalue all that you have done thus far by yourself. Justice, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Whatever it is that you have, that you are walking away from and moving towards, it's justice, okay? I heard justice written, all right? Either justice written all over it, or eventually they're going to get what they deserve, okay? Balance is going to be restored. And I say that very loosely because it feels like there hasn't been much balance to begin with. Yeah. The Hanged Man in reverse, Epiphany. So now that you are no longer stuck, you can go ahead and move. Thank you, Train. I've been hearing it faintly this whole time, but now it's there. Now that you have whatever it is that you needed to move, you better make sure that you move. And fly like a bird, take to the sky. I need your love, baby, taking me high. Yeah. Knight of Cups. What else with this Page of Pentacles? Page of Pentacles is also healing energy. Again, Virgo energy. Look, the Hierophant and the 3 of Cups. was just holding my breath. You could have been holding your breath for this next step, okay? But whatever it is that you have gone through thus far has taught you significant lessons, okay? And you're going to be able to celebrate those lessons. You may even be able to share those lessons with other people moving forward, okay? Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles is slow, but it's also the most stable, okay? So once you get that shit, it's yours and it ain't going nowhere. King of Pentacles, okay? This was lovely. Let me go ahead and close this out so I can beat the brakes off this dang on fly. And the same way I'm about to tear this fly up is the same way you need to be beating up their self-doubt. Thank you. Closing out for my Pisces, Most High. Reason is powerless in the face of love. Romance, communication, listen to your heart. I don't know why this is giving me like run away with your one true love type energy, or run away towards whatever it is that you love, okay? Let the creativity and the intuition guide you, Ashe. To praise the sun is to praise your own eyes, seeing clearly, gratitude, happy with your life. Interesting. Yeah, once you break free, this is the part when I say I don't love you. I'm stronger than I've been before. Stronger than I've been before. This is the part where I break free, 'cause I can't resist anymore. Yeah. You can't resist no more, Pisces. Look at this. Celebration is coming. What is planted in your soul will sprout. Plant seeds, dedication. Your work is rewarded. Whatever it is that you have decided to go ahead and move forward towards. Move forward towards. It's blah, 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 blah. It's a mouthful. It's going to be a handful, baby. You're going to need 2 trucks. Okay? Yeah, I like that. Somebody couldn't need 2 trucks to move their shit. Okay. All right. The wound is the place where the light enters. Healing, blessings, strength to carry on. Have we not been talking about strength this whole time? Okay. So wherever it is, whatever wound that these family members, this person, this group, or what have you, I just heard group chat, okay? People could have been picking on you behind your back. I've been hearing group chat all day, okay? Whatever wound that they were picking and digging into, it feels like you've sat by yourself long enough in order to heal enough to get the fuck out of Dodge, okay? I love y'all so much. I look forward to seeing whatever it is that y'all pull out of y'all hats, okay? If you would like a personal from me, please check the description box down below. I truly hope this helped. And as always, stay fly, aim high.